Going on, man, I'd like to make a video on what I would say was one of the most important topics in the world. Baby mothers and baby fathers, and the baby stuck in the middle when everything goes downhill. I'm going to start by saying I understand that there are fathers who don't want to be involved and have no interest in paying child support or being there for their child. But for me, I can't grasp that, and I can't understand why you wouldn't want to be there for, your child. That doesn't make no sense to me, and that doesn't register in my head. And I can also understand that, there are occasions and, situations where the child is better off without the dad, and the child is actually safer without the dad. But something that I well and truly find disgusting, sickening, offensive, is when you got a man who wants to be there for his child and only his child, but then the baby mother will stop access, stop contact with a man and his child pure and simply because of how she feels towards the man. It's almost as if the worst thing that a man can do to his ex or his baby mother is move on. What? Move on? Who do you think you are? Literally is like the worst thing that a man can do. The reaction that you would get towards a bitter baby mother from moving on and getting on with life. See, this is very serious because the way that the baby mother feels can destroy the baby's mind, or even in certain situations, yeah. It's not even because of the mother's angry or bitter, it's pure and simply because the mother doesn't care. She's got the baby now. Now, basically in her eyes, you're a sperm donor. She got the baby, you don't matter, so she's pushing you aside. How does that work? What are babies? These are human beings that we're talking about. If you're the type of person, yeah, who was in an abusive relationship, or you just didn't see eye to eye with your partner or whatever, but you throughout the years or throughout the time you developed some type of anger or some type of tension towards your baby father, and then you want to use a baby who can't even count to 10, a child who don't even know what's going on, who never asked to be born, was created by you two adults. If you want to use that child as payback, yeah, if you want to use the baby as payback, then you are one of the main things wrong with the world today. It's like if a father tries to get near his child, what he created also 50-50, the baby mother just turns into the mother has no self-respect or self-love, and this baby is the only glimmer of light in her life, and she'll do anything to keep everybody away from the baby, not caring who's affected or who's hurt in all of this. It's not just your baby, it's also the father's baby as well. It's somebody's niece, somebody's nephew, somebody's little cousin, somebody's little brother, a granddaughter, a grandson. Why are you trying to play mom and dad to the baby? Don't do it to yourself, and don't do it to your child. All type of madness can happen because of an absent parent. You prefer that the father wasn't there or involved in the baby's life because of your anger or your personal issues, and then the father's at home one day, 16 years later, he gets a knock at the door, he opens the door to see the world's changed now, equal rights, no way to sugarcoat it or butter it up. This crime is at the top with the best of them. It should never really have to get to this point. It should never have to get to this stage. It's a baby, it's a human, it's not a possession. It's not a rag doll. It's not a mobile phone. It's not a chain. It's life. That's what it is. It's life. If women do continue to offend, then they should be fined. And if they carry on after being fined, then they should be put to work unpaid. And if they carry on after that, then a prison sentence. Absolutely. Like, how can it get any deeper? It doesn't really get any deeper than family and tampering with nature. And if you do want to intervene and interrupt a bond, prevent the father from being there for his child and prevent your child from having a father on purpose, then you need to be tested. You need to be tested to see if you are mentally stable 110%. This type of behavior is not normal, but women get away with it every single day. Today, tomorrow, there are men suffering, children suffering, and I don't really feel like it's looked at as a top priority. Babies are not weapons. Well, for me, this is my opinion. Same goes for men as well. If you want to have a child and you don't want to, be involved, then you need to be sectioned. You need to be tested as well. See if you're mentally stable as well, because I don't understand what's going on.